one quick video, a bit of a correction on my video, we don't need God. I want to clarify in that ethical frameworks, there are cultural ethical frameworks, and as a gentleman commented in one of my videos, I'll, I don't know, do something, maybe put them around here, I don't know, put here. He made some really good points, and I may have misrepresented existentialism and a myriad of other things. Not all philosophies clash with Christianity. If you look in first century AD, couple first centuries, there was a big clash between Greek philosophy, Stoicism, all this, and Christianity. And some early Christian philosophers and theologians, for lack of a better term, they actually combine the philosophies. So I want you to know that not all philosophies clash with Christianity. In fact, some mesh together pretty well, and some support it more than going against it. To be honest, I'm not really scared of atheism. When you really look into the claims that atheism makes, atheists are just as much people of faith as us Christians, if you truly think about it. Even atheism itself, the belief in no God and the belief in science and everything, most scientists, they obviously believe that, we're logical beings and that we can create good thoughts and things, or whatever. I'm saying it a little wrong, but that's fine. Because I'm not perfect, and to have such a faith that we can understand the intricacies of the universe with our finite minds, I mean, truly. And when you look at the order and design of the universe, it is clear that there is a creator. Sure, there is chaos and there is things in the midst, but there is order. And order does not come about by disorder. In all of my experiences, order comes from order, life comes from life. A scientist in the 1800s, he literally discovered that life cannot be generated from non-life. Look it up. I'm not scared of atheism. I'm scared of... Well, I'm not really scared, but... I don't know. If I'm to be worried about anything, it's Islam and all of these other opposing philosophies that are radicalizing young men and women, having them kill people of opposing religions and things. In my personal opinion, there is no radical Islam, it's just Islam. Alright? Muhammad said, kill the infidels. And to further on my last video, we don't need God. What I really meant by that, and I think I was going for a bit of a satire in addition to just being kind of provocative. What I was really saying is that, or what I was trying to come across, and I didn't exactly do it the best. Kind of like Cliff Nettle says, we don't need God to provide morality, and everyone gets this wrong. It's not that God's putting a gun to our head, telling us to do good things. That is not what God is doing. Think of this. What does the government do? They establish laws and order, and they publish those laws, and you can look at them online, or you can ask a cop, And truly, there is a threat there. If you look up, what really law is, I forget the exact word for it, but all law basically is a threat. That's such an old kind of philosophy. It's that law itself is a social construct. But if you go into that and you have ethical frameworks and morality is subjective, the government is God, truly. The government is the only one that tells us what is right and what is wrong, and that is purely based upon popular opinion. And if we go into World War II, the Nazis, they believed that the Aryan race, which was basically a construct of their own, because there already were Aryans, and then they made it into something different, they said that they were above people, and they used scientific reasoning for this. So mind you, science can be used for bad things, just like religion, and people can get behind a wrong movement no matter what. But when it comes down to it, if we as a society don't have some kind of higher moral objective, we can get in that place, like Nazi Germany, where we're gassing Jews because we believe they're inferior to us. Am I saying everyone needs God to be moral people? No. But otherwise it's just subjective. You say murder is wrong? I say it's fine. You say, well, but the government. I say, well, I don't like the government. So what? Then people will say, oh, well, it's the same with God. And I say, well, no, it's not. Because everyone's going to have to deal with God. On earth, you can get away with things. There are plenty of people that get away with crimes. But Jesus himself said that the time is coming where what's in the dark will come to light. That means every little thing will be brought to light. That guy you murdered and buried in the backyard, that little girl that was raped, it will all be brought to light, and justice will be had on the final day. I believe that. But on this earth, I mean, think of how many Nazi high-ranking officers got away, supposedly to Argentina or all these other places. All of those men on earth were not given justice. They were not executed or anything for their crimes. But I have the belief that on Judgment Day, when they went to meet God, or when they're going to meet God, or whatever, that they will be given justice. And I'm sorry, but if you believe that there's nothing after life, Mother Teresa, alright, that wonderful woman who saved a bunch of people, which, you know, she didn't do a perfect job at, but she did some damn good work. Alright, and Hitler, Adolf Hitler, the man responsible, at least partially, if not completely, for the murder of 6 million plus Jews. Okay, maybe 2 million plus Jews, but it's so many more people. Same with Stalin, Mao Zedong, all of these other guys. They're going to end up in the same compost pile as Mother Teresa. And then based on the laws of the conservation of energy, their energy will be reused by the earth and then become something else. And none of it will matter. Your life doesn't matter. My life doesn't matter. My cat's life doesn't matter. So I pose this question to you. Do we need God or not? Yes, we do. We do. Have an amazing day. Shalom, shalom.
When will you come to cleanse us of evil and sin? I do not know.